everyone, this is Kathleen and I'm so excited to show you my new journal today. This is a flip through of the Mediterranean Garden Journal that I promised to show you. So she's a chunky one. She is 7.5 by 5.25. She has a 1.5-inch spine with 3 signatures. There is 152 pages, 30 pockets and tucks, and 24 pieces of ephemera. I've used my usual button and bead closure, and I have this pretty collage on the cover. It's a recycled Reader's Digest book in this beautiful green color. All of the images that I'm using today come from the Graphics Fairy, most of them anyway, from a premium membership site bundle that is called The Plant Woman. So this is what I've got going. Here in the front I have this pretty initial pocket with some labels. You can write your name there. This is just a little tag, and you can see that I have covered up the sewing threads from the button there with that little piece of paper. Some vintage lace here and some decorative rickrack. On the other side is just a little double tuck, and this is a vintage button card that I've just used as a pocket there. Some music paper, some writing papers. Here is, this is a tuck spot if you want it to be, but it is a journal paper, just one of the fancy folds. And I have a playlist on fancy folds if you'd like to take a look at that. And I just have folded it up, and then it tucks back in here like this, and tucks back on any page really in the journal. And then I have just a tiny paper clip to hold it on. Some music manuscript paper, coffee dyed paper. Here's just a tag and a vintage postcard, Edward Manet. And it's got some asparagus, some garden produce there, and a pocket here. So all of these ephemera pieces can go in any of the pockets. This is a book page, some figs. The other side, I have some paint and a little fussy cut image here, and vintage note paper. This is some hand-dyed splattered paper. I really love doing that, you know, making some mixed media type things. This is one of those over-the-page elements that I like to do. So there's just a little journal paper here and this diagonal belly band, and pocket here with a little seeds, and that just flips over the page. Another little clip. I really like doing a center like this. This is some vintage book page, and I just have created this space. You can put all kinds of ephemera in there. An envelope here in the center, some napkin decoupage, some lace. Here's the other side of that, splattered paper and olives. Vintage book page, pretty picture of a garden here in the countryside. Here's the other pocket and that signature. Here's some layering, some shorts, and this is just an envelope. I have a little card in here, And this flap of the envelope is just tucked in there, so you can pull it out and have it that way if you'd rather. But then I just have made a little image cluster here that kind of fits over that page. So it creates a tuck spot behind, and one here, and one on this side. So vintage book page, one of the ruffles. This is the flip out pocket, the triple pocket that I demonstrated a couple videos ago. So it has an envelope pocket here on the back, and then two pockets here. I just have a tea-dyed guest check and a little vintage receipt. So there is a video explaining how to make that element, and on the back here is this is a library catalog card and the beautiful image of a garden. There's the layers, the shorts. This is a vintage antique, probably. It doesn't have the date on it, just part of a letter to someone. Beautiful embossing on this. This is some avocado dyed paper. On this side, here's another tuck spot and just a little cluster. Here's another little over the page flip up, and this is like a large jeweler's envelope. I have a video on how to make that as well. I will try to look for these and make a list down below. Some of them you can just find by looking in the pocket pattern playlist. Oh, I put a little note here to myself to remind me to tell you that I saw Gail Agostinelli do this darling little thing with fibers in the middle. And I just thought that was a cute idea and so easy. We have so many little scraps of fibers, and she did that in one of her recent videos. And so thanks, Gail, for that cute idea. And then I just have made this cluster belly band here and just a little tiny journal booklet that fit behind there. I really like the way this journal has turned out. Lots of room to write and keep thoughts and lists and notes. Here's a vintage index card. I've rounded the corners, but otherwise it's pretty much, I've just done this little lace cluster here as a tab. And then I have made this pocket. It's got some paint on it. It's got some images. And then I've done a little bit of, I hope I can see that shiny dimensional. I've made it 2 layers. So I've fussy cut the flowers and this leaf and then put glossy accents on it. So I kind of like the way that looks. On the other side is more just mixed media kinds of things going on. Here's a little cluster tuck and a bee stamp on this guest check. And yeah, I really like the way this turned out. This is why I liked this, the pictures in this bundle from the Graphics Fairy have these beautiful plants, very, Mediterranean looking to me. So this is a triple pocket, or a double pocket, I guess. So there's a pocket in the back, and then there's another pocket here, a little peekaboo down here at the bottom. Some rickrack, more shorts. This one flips out. There's a little fold-up pocket, and I've done some reverse stenciling to make a print on this library card. And more decoupage here on this page with some paint. This is a very old and quite fragile, let's see, piano or an opera. I think it came from an opera program. Yeah, some more vintage book page. Here is the last tag template that we did together, and some ephemera. I think this is from a Green Stamps booklet. This is some handmade paper from a friend of mine. Thank you, Barb. She shared that with me with some avocado paper inside. So it's just a little bound notebook, and I just have it tucked around this page and have used this. This is an old pin, paper clip that I did the little bend on it, and that just holds that there. And on this side is another little mixed media collage with napkin decoupage. Some washi tape. This is another one of the tags that we did with that tag template, the step down tab template, and I just have it clipped here. This is a flip out, and I have some really interesting, I don't know, it's a textured, kind of a handmade feel to it, but it's very flat and ironed, and so I just have it tucked in this pocket, and then that flips over with the fabric spine, and then this just can hook back on. And of course all of these tags can be, moved around and put wherever you like it. Here is one of my favorite things to do in a journal. It's the fold over cluster belly band, and it comes all the way down, and I just have done a little cluster decoration here. This is loose, but it becomes kind of part of that embellishment. And on this side is also a belly band kind of pocket with another cluster. Some fabric ruffle there. This is a vintage prescription paper with lots of room here on the back to write, and another fold over tuck vintage note paper as an ephemera piece. Here's the other side of that fragile program, and the other folded up pocket. It's just a little stenciled journal paper. I just really like the way all these layers just kind of fit together. And the last page is just this pretty folded over pocket and a little journal paper. And the end. It's the back and the front. Hey, thanks so much for being with me today, and I will list this journal in my Etsy shop and make a link below if you're interested. I hope that gave you some ideas for the journals that you're doing. If you liked this video, would you please give it a thumbs up? That'll help me recover on YouTube from my vacation. YouTube's kind of a hard taskmaster sometimes. Anyway, thanks for being with me, and we'll see you again.